Hello everyone, Collect the Magic back here again with another video. As most of you know, I just got back from Walt Disney World. While I was down in Walt Disney World, I brought all my duplicate vinyls with me. I brought them down with me with the intentions to trade them, and I did a ton of trading. Every day I stopped at the trade box maybe 3 or 4 times to try to get a good trade. While some of the trades were pretty terrible, some of the trades were amazing, and I got some really awesome vinyls that really just added some really great oomph to my collection. So I have a total of 13 traders that I have to show you, and I'm going to show you them kind of just in no particular order, but I've grouped them together in ish groups. So these trades were made at the Frontierland Trading Post, Mouse Gear, Disney Traders, Villains in Vogue, Island Mercantile, D Street, and Disney Pin Traders. Alright, let's get started. The first 3 I have to show you really don't fit into any group. Like I said, I kind of grouped them together in things that fit. These 3 don't really have a group, but they were definitely on my vinyl wish list. So what I did when I left is I typed up all the vinyls that I wanted. These 3 didn't really fit into a grouping, but they were on my wish list with other ones from the same series. So I'm not going to be able to show you them in order of when I traded for them because I don't remember the order, but I do remember where I traded for them. The first one that I traded is from Animation 3. As you know, if you've watched some of my videos, I already have 3 of the Animation 3s. This is my 4th, and it's Basil from The Great Mouse Detective, and absolutely great vinyl. It was in great condition. I got this one at D Street, traded for it. Great trade. I was very pleased with this one, and it's a plain looking vinyl, but it's a really great vinyl, and it's one that was on my wish list. The next trader that I have, I got at Villains in Vogue, which in general, Villains in Vogue was not a good place to trade for me. I didn't get very many good trades there, and I tried maybe 5 or 6 times there, and this was I think this was the only one that I really ended up getting there. Yeah, I think it was. I think this was the only one that I actually ended up trading for, and I tried many times. It's Pain and Panic from Villains 4. Very new series out there. I went up to the trade box for this one, and they just asked, what are you looking for? And I said, I don't want superheroes, I don't want Under the Big Top, and I don't want Myths and Legends, because that's really all they had in those trade boxes in every case. They said, are you looking for Disney specific? And I said, yes, specifically parks, but I like Disney characters too. They said there's only one in this entire trade box, pick the bottom row. So I said, okay, 12. They said, pick another number. I said 13. They said, pick another number. I said 14. They said, pick another number. I said 15, and they pulled this out of 15. This was the only Disney character in that entire box, and I ended up getting it. So cast member was really nice about it, and because she knew that's what I wanted. So Pain and Panic from Villains 4. The vinyl I'm about to show you is the last vinyl that I traded for, and this was one that I was hoping to get because what I had done at a previous trade was there was a Pixar, one from a Pixar series, was Dot from Pixar, and I was hoping to go back to Magic Kingdom at Frontierland Trading Post and look at their Pixar box. Unfortunately, their Pixar box isn't there anymore. They don't have it there anymore. So I traded a different vinyl, not Dot, I saved that one for a different trade, but I ended up trading a different one for Dory from Finding Nemo from Pixar 2. I absolutely love this vinyl. It has so much going on. It's got Dory hopping on the jellyfish, and on the back it's got Marlin with the jellyfish as well. This was a great utilized canvas for this vinyl. It's absolutely fantastic. This has been one of my the ones higher on my wish list for the Pixar series. Designed by Enrique Pita, one of my favorite designers, just because he really utilizes the canvas when he designs his vinyls. So Dory from Pixar 2. The next 2 vinyls I'm going to show you are from the all-new Jungle Book series. While I only really bought one Jungle Book series blind box while I was down there, and that was for good reason. There was only one in the series that I absolutely needed to have, and it was really easy to find. We'll talk about that in my next video. I traded for 2 of the ones from the series that kind of go with it, so it worked out perfectly. The first one I traded for was Baloo from the Jungle Book series, as I said, designed by Gerald Mendez. I think he did most of the series, if not all the series, and I got this one at D Street, and really awesome. I actually ended up getting a duplicate of him, trading it again for another one, and but D Street, Baloo. I'm going to tell you something about D Street. D Street is a very bizarre place to trade because the cast members, they know about vinyls, but if you try to videotape in that store anything, I was vlogging in the store, they told me I needed to delete the footage, and And that was after I actually tried to videotape a trade. And the trading I can kind of get because it's like copyrighted with Disney and I was with cast members. But then I went back and I tried to vlog and they told me I had to delete it. And I was like, this is ridiculous. So there would be no D Street videos uploaded because I can't get the copyright for it. They wouldn't let me, but I did get some pretty good trades. So Blue from the Jungle Book. The other trade from the Jungle Book I got is Mowgli, also designed by Gerald Mendez. Picked this one up. I ended up getting this one at Disney Traders at Epcot. Really awesome trade. There was one day at Epcot where I went in and they let me trade a few of them because they had a lot in their box that they wanted to get rid of, a lot of Disney characters, and they saw that I had some duplicates from Under the Big Top and animation and parks, and they just wanted to get some of those into the trade box. They had a lot of the newer series and they wanted some of the older series, so they let me trade like, I think 2 or 3 vinyls, and I ended up getting Mowgli. And I like Mowgli. It was a really good trade. They said they'd basically give him to me, and they basically picked the number for me, is what happened. They said, you need to pick this number because we need to get rid of this one. I guess there was like 4 in that trade box. So Mowgli from the Jungle Book. Alright, one of the things that I noticed while I was down in Disney World with trading is that the John Carter vinyls were everywhere, in every trade box. In almost every single trade, they let you pick 2 numbers, and one of my numbers I always picked the White Ape from John Carter. So at one point, it was about 3 days in, I said, you know what? I'm going to try to get some good karma. I am going to take the White Ape. And that was a very good call because I ended up trading the White Ape for a very good vinyl down the road. But if you're going to Walt Disney World, I'm going to tell you, prepare to see a lot of John Carter vinyls, especially that White Ape, because they're everywhere and they're not that hard to find. If you're looking for them, just look for a trade. Okay, I picked up 2 vinyls from the Urban series, and they're not the newer Urban Redux series. They are older Urbans. One was one of my Holy Grail vinyls that I really wanted and I was looking for it. The other one was just a really awesome, also on my wish list, but it was just not as awesome as the first one that I got. I'm going to show you like the lesser awesome one first, and then I'll show you the really awesome one that I found. This one I picked up at D Street in the clear case. Both of these were actually in a clear case, ironically enough. The Sumo Wrestler from Urban Series 6. Designed by Doug Strayer. Never heard of that designer before. He must just do the Urban Series, but I've never heard of that before. I saw it, and first of all, it caught my eye because it was the old mold, and you guys know how much I love the old mold, but it was on my wish list, so it's a pretty cool looking vinyl. And I like the older Urban Series, and so this was definitely up there, that one I needed to get. Alright, so let me set the stage for this really awesome trade. I'm at Animal Kingdom. I only went to Animal Kingdom one day, just because there's not a whole lot of rides there, and I can't do the thrill rides. I can't do Expedition Everest, or Dinosaur, so I really can only do Colorado River Rapids and the Safari, because Festival of the Lion King was closed, so it really limited myself. So we only went there one day. I walk into Island Mercantile at the end of the day, and I see 3 figures in their clear case. 2 of which are like the ones I've been seeing everywhere. Superheroes, Cutester Snow Days, and John Carter. I've been seeing those, but in this case it was a superhero and I think a John Carter. I think it was a White Ape. But in between the 2 of them was one of my holy grails. Urban 3 Wolf Boy. I don't know if the guy who had this didn't know what he had or just had a duplicate, but he made my day. I grabbed it immediately. I pulled out my bag. I didn't care what vinyl I grabbed. I just pulled a vinyl out and said, I want the Wolf Boy, and they took it, and they said they were having trouble getting rid of this guy. No one wanted him, and I couldn't understand why, because this is an awesome, awesome vinyl. And you know what? Even if it's not worth a whole lot, it's still an awesome vinyl. It's an old mold. It's one of the first series from Urban. It's just a really awesome vinyl. This one was done by Maria Klapsis, one of my favorite designers as well. Really utilizes the space and really kind of gets that Wolf Boy to come out of the vinyl. So I saw this one, had to have it. It kind of made my day for vinyl trading. Alright, the next group I'm going to show you are all parks. I have 6 parks to show you that I traded for because that's really where my focus was. I really wanted to get parks. On the same day that I pick up the Wolf Boy from Urban 3, I went off to the Magic Kingdom by myself, as you saw in that video, Night at the Magic Kingdom. So if you watch that video, you know which one I'm about to show you because it was the only one I traded for that entire night. I walk in, and if you don't know, the Frontierland Trading Post is a really good spot for trading vinyls. They have a 15-spot mystery case, as well as a 3-figure clear case, as well as a medicine cabinet, which has approximately 15 to 20 Vinylmations in it up for trade. I walk up to the medicine case and I see one of my Holy Grail vinyls. Epcot Norway Pavilion from Park 6. This was one of my Holy Grail vinyls just because it's kind of that obscure park thing that some people know about and some people don't, but it's very iconic to me. I went over to the cast member who was at the table, or at the cashier desk or register, and it was about to trade, and then I look in the 3-figure clear case and there's another one. I get so lucky I found 2. So I said, can I see them both? I would like to have the one that's in better condition. They're both in okay condition. This one's got a few marks on it, but it's an old vinyl. It's just how it is. Grabbed this one out of the 3-figure clear case and was just thrilled with it. Traded for it immediately. And I was thrilled that I found this. This is another Holy Grail vinyl for me personally, just because I love it so much. The next 3 vinyls that I have to show you are all from Park Series 12. With the Park Series 12 still being in circulation, still being sold at Walt Disney World, there was a lot of them in the trade boxes, but there's very few in the series that I actually like. I mean, I like most of them, but I couldn't really find the ones that I really wanted, but I ended up finding 3 that I really like. They were all on my wish list. The first one that I traded for was also at the same day at the same place at Island Mercantile where I got the Wolf Boy. They let me trade a blind mystery trade as well. So that was really awesome. I ended up trading for the Mariachi Mexico Pavilion. It's just called Mexico Pavilion Park Series 12. I just liked it. It's a mariachi. It's just a really awesome one. I like vinyls that have kind of hats on them. Even if they don't come off, I still consider it an accessory just because it's kind of cool. It's a different mold than many of them out there. He's wearing a sombrero. Very cool looking vinyl. So this was a good trade. The next one I traded for, I believe I traded for it at... Where did I trade for it? Oh, I traded for it at Disney Pin Traders at Downtown Disney, and it is Dinosaur, Park 12 again. The Dinosaur, the Carnotaurus, and the Time Rover. I actually ended up grabbing one Park 12 blind box on the last day, the whole time I was there, and of course, I pull a duplicate. It is the last Park series to have 12 figures in it, and I pull a duplicate. And I was like, whatever. I only had 2 in the series, and of course I pulled a duplicate, but ended up trading for a really good one anyway, so, yeah, so Dinosaur. The last one from Park 12 that I have is the one that I wanted in the whole series, my favorite one in the entire series, which is the Vulture from Splash Mountain. Again, has a little top hat, because you gotta love the accessories even though it's not removable. It's just kind of a cool looking vinyl. This one I got out of the medicine cabinet in Frontierland Trading Post, and saw it immediately. I walked in that store maybe 4 or 5 times that day, and just didn't see anything in that medicine cabinet. It was all the same: superheroes, cutesters, myths and legends, John Carter, and I just didn't want that. I wanted something park related. I want something Disney related. I walk in and I find this and I immediately trade for it. The cast member luckily was right there and I said, I want that one, and there was someone behind me who wanted it, and I got there first and I felt really bad, but they felt bad, but because they really wanted to get rid of the one that they had. But then I said, how about I trade for you? I have other duplicates with me. How about I trade one for you? Like, you can look at what I have and we'll trade. And that brings me into the next set of vinyls. The next set of vinyls that I have are from Park 13, the newest park set that are out. Like I said, after I traded for the Vulture from Splash Mountain, there was a gentleman behind me who really wanted that vinyl. And I decided to strike up a deal with him and spread a little Disney magic. So I pulled out my bag of duplicates and I said, you know, I'm very sorry you wanted this one. I'm really not interested in one back, but I have some other ones if you'd like to look at them. And he saw one that he really liked. Apparently he's been looking for Dot from The Bug's Life. Him and his girlfriend, wife, significant other, not quite sure what their case is, but in any case, the couple, they were looking for Dot from A Bug's Life for a very long time, from Pixar Series 2, and they were looking for it for a very, very long time, and I had it. And I traded for it at Disney Traders in Epcot, and I took it because I wanted to do the Pixar trade, but they didn't have the Pixar box. He saw it and he goes, that's even better than the Splash Mountain Vulture. You know, what would you take for it? He had 2 vinyls. One was a cutester and I just didn't want it. The other one was actually one that I had been looking for, and it was from Park 13, and it was Catastrophe Canyon. And I said, how about we trade for this? And he was totally up for it. He had just opened this, and apparently it was a duplicate. He literally had opened it, so I knew it was in good condition. This one, designed by Maria Collapsis again. it kind of brings a little bit of the history of Disney's Hollywood Studios, because the ride, let's face it, the ride is not what it used to be, but really great vinyl in general. So he was up for that. So this was a trade, and it wasn't even a Disney trade box, it was just with another guest. So thank you. If you are watching this, or if you ever get to see this video, shout out to you, and thank you so much for the trade. The final vinyl that I have to show you was actually the first one that I traded for while I was down there. Traded for it at the Frontierland trading post. I made a really great trade, and it was the three-headed troll from the Maelstrom Park 13 again, and ended up being a really fantastic trade. I was absolutely thrilled when I got this one. Wasn't quite the Norway troll from Park 6 that I was looking for, even though I did end up getting that eventually. This one, for a first trade, it was a very good trade. So that's all my traders from the park. I had an absolute great time trading. If you have any questions about trading in the park, a good technique to use, or where to trade, feel free to message me or comment below. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have about Vinylmation trading. Also, if you haven't done so already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, because it lets me know you guys want to see more. Also, you can email me at collectthemagic@gmail.com if you have any questions or any comments that you just don't want to put down below. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today, and I hope you have a magical day.